What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Hope y'all had a good weekend. Surprise live, real quick. About to go in on a couple little health things, real quick. You know how the frequency healer does. How's everyone doing? Let's see who's in here. What's up, Michael? Big man, what's going on, boss? Shout out to the mic man. See if a couple more people come in before I get started. Yeah, got an interesting perspective for you guys to debate on this one. Alright? So today I've actually had 4 different people hit me up. They have some symptoms and some issues going on. I'm always professional with people and what they're dealing with and stuff like that, so I'm not going to put their business on blast. However, I do like to use these things as like examples of things that we can do to prevent these things and fix these things too, so one of the things that I'm dealing with right now is dude just got his Adam's apple. He just got a part of it taken out apparently, and then he got a pinched nerve attached to that. So that's a surgery, right? So surgeries are always very, very difficult to heal, always, no matter what, because you change the anatomy of your physiology. You know what I'm saying? Like we removed something that was in there for a reason. Everyone says like not all the parts are actually necessary or whatever. I beg to differ. I can go through every piece of the body and show you why that piece is there, and what it's helping to make sure everything in the body is flowing and moving accordingly. The other thing too, if y'all are hearing things in the background, do got some music playing in the background. Do have some guests over right now. Let's see. So, with the throat issue, okay. Throat issue is dealing with thyroid and parathyroid glands, okay. So, you know what I'm saying. You really have to be careful, right? Because now that throat area has been compromised, you're dealing with the esophagus, you're dealing with the thyroid, or not the thyroid, but the thyroid and the parathyroid, and you're also dealing with bacteria from your saliva and your glands that are in your mouth as well, and so it's very, very important to know that, like, when you are bringing in acids and bacteria into your body, especially after surgeries, your cells are compromised, and they don't have enough minerals to defend themselves, essentially, to fight off, the bacteria. So a big thing that is important is understanding that you are a creature that has a very long digestive system, and that digestive system, things can get stuck in there very easy. And so because of that, you want to digest things that are easy to digest, right? And when you're easily digesting things, you're giving your body a chance to absorb the stuff very easily. And then when you do eat heavy, you want to eat very small, like very, very, very small. Because I know that we focus on our eating in a way where it's kind of feeling based in a way. It'll be based off of taste buds for one, and then it's also based off of like how we feel, right? Well, you know, I'll remind everyone that it's not always about feeling. Like you're not always going to feel good when you're healthy, and I can prove that. For those of you who are athletes or that are worked out, doesn't when you work out hurt? Doesn't like doing a chest rep, doesn't that hurt your chest while you're doing it? But it feels good after though, right? After your chest is healed, and then you get a bigger chest and you're stronger, right? It looks good after that, right? But in that moment though, when you were actually working out, that shit hurt like hell. and it did not feel good. And you know, for those who say it does feel good, those are just people who have been working out for years, and they've just trained their minds to overcome that pain. But every single person feels a soreness when you work out, right? So does that mean working out is bad? Let's get to it, right? It's not about feelings, guys, because you will have things that make you feel good, and the things that make you feel good and that don't make you feel good, those are hormone reactions. That has nothing to do with the nutrients. Well, it kind of does, but it's more a hormone based than it actually is nutrient based. You know what I'm saying? So and you can go look that up. This is facts. You know, I've done a lot of research on that. That's just facts. So and that's going to be dealing with the liver when you're dealing with hormones. And there's some other body parts in there too, but that's your main chemical factory. And so another example of something else that doesn't feel good, right, would be when you're you know, making money, right, or something like that, right? When you're doing an investment, that doesn't have to do with the body, right? But that's an example of where you're doing something that hurts in the moment, but you know it's for a bigger outcome in the end, right? And it's painful in that moment. So I challenge everyone to be reminded that your body works the same way. You know, you're gonna have days where you're not gonna feel good, and you're gonna have days where you are gonna feel good. And especially when you get more on fruits and when you get deeper into more whole foods and plant-based lifestyles and herbs and you know, therapies and massages and all kind of stuff, you're gonna start to feel better more consistently, right? But in the beginning, everyone has a detox process, right? We got to understand that everyone was taught the same way to eat. We were all taught the same way to eat. You know, it doesn't matter what your background is. If you were born in America, man, we was taught to go get them ribs, go get that chicken, whoo, right? Go get some nacho. Hey, I don't know about y'all, but nachos, that's my shit. Nachos is still my shit as a vegan, right? But now I'm getting more on fruits, so it's just like, I'm really getting off of a lot of cooked foods and stuff like that. But I still do it here and there. It's not like I'm like a what do you call them? What's that word? Extremist. You know. I just am an extremist when it comes to you not realizing why you're getting sick, because it's so obvious, and it's sad to me that y'all don't see it, because we point fingers at everything else in the world except ourselves and our diets and what we are doing, you know, what we consume and stuff like that, right? So your feelings are dictating a lot of things, right? And these things are actually hormones that are being released, right? There's many kind of hormones, right? You got serotonin, melatonin, oxytocin, right? Like there's there's multiple different types of hormones that get released off the body, and these are basically chemical reactions in the brain. And these chemical reactions basically give you signals to let you know when you're hungry, when you're thirsty, when you're attracted to someone, when you want to sleep. This is controlled by your pineal gland and your pituitary gland. They have different roles, but they're kind of twin sisters, so to speak. And you know, I don't really see much public talk about those two glands, but those are real glands in the brain, and those glands are very powerful. And one of those glands is your spiritual gateway, so to speak. You know, for those of you who aren't big on your spirituality or whatever, you know, like, as y'all can see on my channel, I'll talk about body, mind, spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is connected, and you do have a spiritual side. You know, you don't have to be a part of religion for spirituality to exist. We all have our own beliefs, and we all have our own forms of traditions that we follow. But one thing that we all have is a soul and a spirit. You know, well, maybe some don't have a soul, but everyone does have a spirit, so to speak. And so realizing that your spiritual side is your dream world, you know, is the place that you go to when you meditate. It's the place that exists deep in your thoughts. For those of you who can think to yourselves and hear your thoughts, you ever think about where that voice comes from? Yeah. You know, religions talk about the heavens and things like that. And then spirituality will talk about, you know, chakra elevations. And then we have other things that talk about, you know, like outer space and stuff like that. No matter where it is, they're all showing us that there's something about you that is beyond what you are physically seeing. And that's the other part of my belief system on all this, guys. Okay? And this is why this is kind of important too, because when you look at your spiritual side, right now, some of you guys may not want to talk about this or hear about this, and I get it and I understand, but it is a part of health. And I'm a frequency healer. I'm about raising your frequency and raising your vibration and raising your intelligence, right? And that does involve you understanding your spiritual side too. And so part of my belief system is that you have to think in your spiritual side first, right? What your food is actually doing is actually nourishing your spirit. It's actually nourishing your spirit first. Then it is nourishing your body. Okay? And I can prove that. Okay? If y'all want to challenge me on that, I can definitely prove that. What you guys know about yourselves is you have a personality, right? Even though we're all human beings, right? We all look different. We all act different. We all do different things. That's your emotional side, but your emotional side is stemmed from your spirit. Your mind is stemmed from your spirit, and your body is stemmed from your mind. Henceforth, the Holy Trinity, body, mind, spirit. Y'all see how that works? So the spirit is the root of everything, and I'm not talking religion form. I'm talking just true, genuine creation, true, genuine love, and just creation, guys. Creation comes in many forms, and it's beyond the complexity of what we're even able to think. All right, so when we're trying to think about what a he or a she for a god, or it looks like this or that, I don't know, but what I do know is that creation is much bigger than everything. It is everything. It's all around us. It's you, it's me, it's this, it's that, it's everything. So we need to understand that that whole side of the world exists as well. You know what I'm saying? You have a spiritual side to you. That this is where yoga came from. This is where meditation came from. This is where eating fruits and holistic healing came from. They did not come from the physical body. They came from tapping into the spirit. These were spiritual practices. Because nature is spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Nature has its own flow to it. It has its own personality, so to speak. Some of us don't like it though, because some of us have gotten in the crossfires and have died in it and stuff like that. And so I get it. But she's beautiful, man. She has a personality, and she lets you know when she's about to fuck shit up. I'm telling you, she has signs. She does let us know every time. Right? But we are just not in tune with that at all. At all. And that stems from your spirituality. Okay? And so most of us, you know, when we're going into nutrition and we're looking at healing, okay, they're all important. All three: body, mind, spirit. And so we have to focus on the body. Why? Because that is your physical avatar. This is who you are. This is what you're rolling in right now. So we got to keep the cells and the organs up to speed. Keep them flowing. Make sure they don't get sick. And make sure they aren't rolling. But how do we do that? We got to keep your mind clear. Right? Your mind has to be able to think properly. Your mind has to be clean. Right? And your mind can only be clean when your spirit is clean. You see that? Y'all see how they all work together? So you will see that people that get sick, they're also spiritually sick as well. People that get sick are also mentally sick as well. You guys think these are just random things? You guys think these are just random events? No, they're all correlated. And we live in a time where everything is so separated that we would never even think to think like that. But it's all around us. It tells us that. All around us. Go to a church. They'll tell you about your spirituality there. Or go to what you guys would call like a hippie hangout. They do a lot of spirituality stuff, right? Go to libraries, mental places, psychological places, therapies, or therapists, right? These are all things that focus on the mind. Everything, right? Study of the mind. School is an intellect. Doesn't focus on the spirit. Doesn't focus on food. Focuses on the mind. Right? And then you have your body. What do? You work every day. You work out every day. You eat food every day. You pee and poop every day. Right? So you will see how there's things all around us telling us that we are equally a part of all three of these things. Right? So if you are denying one of those things, you are denying nature. and you are denying yourself, and you are denying your healing process. Because you can't just physically heal somebody. There's another little secret I'm going to tell you guys. You can't just physically heal. Because, for example, right? Like, let's say you have, like a liver weakness or something, right? And your liver is dysfunctional. And let's say I come in and I get you on the proper diet. I get you on the proper herbs. I get you on the proper everything, right? But then your mind is weak. And you never learned your lessons. And so as soon as we're done cleaning you up, you go right back to your habits. And then you go right back and you do it again. And then we watch your liver get weak all over again. After we just put in all that work to heal you and get you better. You see that? I can't just heal somebody physically. It's short term. I can heal anybody physically. That's easy. And unless you have like a trauma, like you got shot or you stabbed or you had a major scar surgery, the deep scars, those scar tissues, those are really, really tough to get, for sure. I'm not going to lie on that. But when it comes to internal cellular organs and stuff like that, everything can be repaired. Everything. Right? And we can come in and repair it, but if your mind isn't clear and you're not ready to commit to your health, you're just going to go right back into it again. So now we got to also focus on the mind, right? We got to clean up the thoughts. We got to figure out what makes you depressed. We got to figure out what makes you want to eat so much. What makes you want to eat the foods that you eat, right? And in my studies and some of the people I'm around that I've talked to, it gets discovered that things aren't even your ideas. Some of these things are parasites that are hiding within you. Some of these things are thoughts that have been force-fed on you since you've been growing up. And so part of healing is also reprogramming your mind to believe that you can and that you're going to commit to yourself too. It's also a form of respecting yourself in a way too. Because if you look in like a person's diet or something like that, or with their body part or whatever, if they are having a certain emotional issue, I could tell y'all how that's correlated to a certain organ. For example, y'all ever notice how the pancreas is associated with diabetes, right? And the pancreas and diabetes is associated with what? Sugar, right? So if you notice how most diabetics got sugar problems, right? But they start to get those cravings, right? They start to get those little itches, those like, damn, I want to eat, oh, where's the candy at, or where's the blah, 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 right? Not everyone, but a lot of the time, you'll start to see that stuff. We just think that's your emotions, or we just think that that's just the person going on. But actually, when you study the body and you study inside, that's a direct correlation to the person having a weak pancreas. That's a person that is having a pancreas issues. But you're seeing an emotional eater. You're seeing a person that, another thing about it, right? Anything that's associated with like the pancreas, for example, right, is associated with lack of love. okay? That's why it's a sugar problem. You notice how, like, if you had some old time grandparents and stuff like that, they would say like, "Oh, come here, sugar," or something like that, right? That'd be like your grandma or your grandpa, something, something like that, just like that really loved you and was really trying to like give you like a home cooked meal that was good and really felt good, right? But that was the love bucket though. That was them feeding you with that love, right? So you'll notice how people that associate love is always associated with sugar. That's why when you love somebody, you want them cakes or cupcakes or Valentine's Day, right? You want to go get them chocolates, right? So we think that these are random things, but these are actually issues all associated from the same organ, right? But we don't go those deep. We don't go that deep. So that's going back to the mind again, right? Because you are thinking that these mind thoughts are random, but really these are actually due to organ deficiencies. These are actually due to mineral deficiencies in certain areas in the body. You think that this person is just angry today and they're just mad at you, and you just think that they're just a mad person all the time. No, they might be going through something else on the inside that's causing that, right? But you can't focus on any of that to once again go back to the side that's not really talked about most of the time, is your spiritual side, right? You have to start on the spiritual side first to clean your mind, to clean your body. It's a holy trinity. They all circulate around each other. I made a YouTube video talking about the thirds and the times of the day of eating and how important 3 cycles are and stuff like that. It's the same thing. In order to heal somebody, you cannot just focus on one body part. You cannot just focus on physical healing. You cannot just focus on mental healing, and you cannot just focus on spiritual healing. You have to combine all 3 and utilize them because they dance with each other. They're all dancing with each other. And you will see, if somebody is sick, they're mentally sick, and if they're mentally sick, they're spiritually sick. It happens every time. Happens every time. Unless, the only time that you find that unfortunate are people that were born that way. And those are like, people that we would call either special ed or something like that. And honestly, tell you, those are some of the coolest people, you know what I'm saying? Because when people have symptoms like that or issues like that, those aren't their fault, unfortunately. These are actually things that have been passed down from the knowledge from families, and I'm not a big believer in like genetic passing, to tell you the truth. Now that's going to be a little controversial, and I know, and I get it, but I believe that we pass down traditions and we pass down diets. I really do. I think that if you give yourself a chance to be open-minded enough to clean your spirituality, clean your mentality, and change your diet from an acidic diet to an alkaline diet, I would love to tell you guys the answers, but there's just some things that you guys got to experience for yourselves. There's just some things, But I can tell you, though, there's a lot of gold on the other side of the rainbow. There's a lot of gold, a lot of it, And I think that's one of the unique things that I have the knowledge of, is that holistic healing. It unifies everything. I can associate an issue with an emotion, with an organ, with even your spirituality. They're all tied in, guys. Everything, right? And so when we start getting into that, right, when you just start feeding your physical body food, okay, yeah, you may be getting your proteins and all that stuff, right? But are those proteins feeding your cells? Okay, because your body is made up of 150 trillion cells. So while you think you're eating, you are not eating at all. You are one major composite of cells. So really, it's your cells eating, right? So you must have to think about, why do my cells crave these foods? Why do my cells crave some soda, or crave some chips, or crave some, a cooked meal tonight? Is that really what my body needs, or was I taught that? Because when you do go into just your body, which is actually what we're like based off of right now, is everyone just focuses on the body, right? That's why the gyms are so powerful, and you got like Instagram and like the models and all that stuff. It's so powerful because we only focus on the external things. Everyone only wants to look muscular and pretty on the outside, right? You could be the prettiest person on the outside, but I'm telling you, you got the most fucked up organs on the inside. It's really bad. Seriously. And you know how I can prove that? You know how many athletes are star athletes, amazing talent, but if you go into a microscope and you go look at their liver, I guarantee you some of them are on the verge of like liver failure from all the alcohol they drink from partying all the time. But you would never know that because they have a six-pack and they're running around and they're all good. I've seen it all the time. I have seen random basketball players just faint before, crash. I've seen random football players just get, random illnesses or something like that. But we deem these people healthy. I was once an athlete. I've won championships. Yeah, I used to play for Southridge High School for football. I wasn't the star player on the team, but I was a part of that team my sophomore year. We won a state championship for football. That was one of the biggest events I've been a part of, and yeah, that shit is live, man. And everyone looks up to you in those points and stuff like that, and it's all good, but you don't realize though that that's just all external things. That's all just outside stuff. So you could focus on eating for your body, which is what you're supposed to do. But the other two parts, are you feeding those? So now it goes into the next part. Are you feeding your mind? Now, when we think about the mind, we only think about the books, like audio books, investments and our thoughts and who we hang out with and stuff like that. That is, right? But that's the macro level of the mind. When you go into the micro level of the mind, what is feeding the mind to have those thoughts? You ever think about that? What, like when you wake up and you like, damn, I gotta better my life, right? And you're like, I gotta make more money, or I gotta do something better, and you start to go learn, right? And you're like, I'm gonna go pick up a book, or I'm gonna go pick up a YouTube video or something like that, right? You ever think about like what triggers that thought though? It's a great thought to do that, right? Because when you see successful people talking about on YouTube and stuff like that, they'll like talk about all the books they've read and all the, things that they've done and stuff like that. And we cheer it on, and that's great, right? Because it is a great thought. But do we ever think about like things that like trigger those thoughts? Right? Those kind of thoughts get triggered by healthy eating, right? And that's why I'm a big believer that health will lead you to wealth, no matter what, because you will have a clean body, and then your body will be clean to have clean thoughts, right? And then guess what happens? When you have clean thoughts, guess what you start doing? You start being a good person. You start being a clean spirit. What am I doing on here? I'm giving back to y'all. I'm starting to give back to the community. I'm starting to give knowledge out. People are starting to request help and asking me questions. Why? Because I clean my body up, I clean the mind up, and now the spirit is allowed to flow. But when we do the opposite, everything is clogged, everything is backed up. So believe it or not, when you are physically sick, that is actually spiritual sickness. You're spiritually sick because your spirit created your mind, and your mind created your body. So it's a universal detox, guys. Everything is unisson. And I know that's deep, and I know that you don't have to be scared of that. That's not scary, okay? Don't ever be afraid of this knowledge. If it's different, or if it seems really powerful, or if you seem like you're so behind or left out or something, no, don't ever feel like none of that, okay? Because remember, every great creation in the world was created by a human being just like you. That's facts. I ain't better than nobody. You not better than nobody. We all just people trying to make it, right? So the only difference is now is like I've reached a point in this niche, in this interest, this industry, where I am so confident that I know what I'm talking about. That I'm just waiting for people to follow the results, man. That's all it is, you know. I can't wait for you guys to experience this stuff, because you're gonna find out that your body was trying to heal itself your whole life, man. That was one of the coolest discoveries I ever figured out. Your body is trying to heal itself all the time. But when you just focus on your body, you're missing the other two sides. You got to clean your mental too, right? Got to clean your thoughts. Now, I'm not saying be perfect. And for those of you guys too, I know I am proud and confident in this knowledge, but I go through my own BS too. And I am still cleaning up my own sicknesses and my own traumatic thoughts and generational curses that have been bestowed on me and my family as well, you know. So I'm not perfect, but I know where I'm at though. I'm okay though. I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? And I hope all of you guys are okay too, especially after like COVID and all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying? So health is a big thing for me. It always has been. I just was at a point though, because like I said, I've been doing this for 10 plus years now. I just was at a point in those 10 years where I just didn't know how to teach it. And I didn't know how to explain it. And I didn't know, like I'm a big believer in not being a hypocrite. And I wouldn't feel comfortable trying to explain to y'all stuff about this stuff without me doing it first. So everything that I've talked about, everything that I preach, I do it. I live it. Like there is no BS around this. So that's why I firsthand know what type of symptoms you guys are going through, what type of detox phases you're in. I done went through it all, guys. I done went through the meat-eating diet, the plant-based diet. I've went through fasting phases. I've went through no water phases. I've went through straight breathing phases. I've done incredible things with my body that according to system numbers, I guess you could say, isn't really possible. Or it's not healthy, but yet I'm ticking strong, guys. You know, so somebody's lying here. You know, y'all gotta wake up, man. Cause I have no reason to lie to y'all right now. I'm not making no money off of this right now. Like, you know, I hope I can build this community up because I think this is powerful knowledge, and I think that we should all unite to become our own doctors and learn about our bodies. I think that's really important for all of us. I think the reason why the world went into chaos is because we didn't learn about our bodies and learn about who we are and stuff like that, you know? So I think it's really important to start in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, for those of you that want to study a lot of your physical body too, go study embryology, which is, studying the development of the fetus in the womb and how it grows up into being you, and then you could see what organs get developed first. See, there's a big thing about that too, right? Because if you can see what organs grow first, you can see which ones are the most important. And according to embryology, your stomach and your lymphatic system are those is some big pieces, guys. I'm going to have to say your stomach is your first brain. Yep. If you think about it too, aren't we always dictated by our stomachs? We think we're dictated by our brain. There's some cultures that talk about this, but we really have 3 stomachs. You have the stomach on your head, which is your thoughts. You got the stomach in your stomach, which is your food intake. And then you have the stomach in your genital areas, which is your sex drive. You know what I'm saying? It is your attraction to people, and you basically get to choose in and out which stomach you want to feed, right? It's also called like the 3-headed dragon, or the I've heard like the 3 wolves too. I've heard different names for it or whatever, but when it comes to our life, when you actually really look at it, aren't we most dictated by food, if you really think about it? Every time when you go to work, aren't you working for money to go get food? Aren't you going to get money to get food so that way you can consistently have meals? And then don't you schedule your life around meals, right? I gotta work at 8 to 5, but I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna eat at 9, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna eat at 12, and I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna eat at 5. Right? Y'all see that? Food has always been our dictators. Food is a lot of people's gods, and they're not even realizing it. We ain't gonna talk about that though, But yeah, when it comes to physiology and actually looking at the anatomy of the body, you actually have the most organs in your solar plexus chakra area, which is your midsection, which is your stomach zone. Because the stomach is actually a piece of that center area. You have many different organs. Some of the organs, you got the pancreas, you got the liver, you got your colon, you got your duodenum, you got your stomach, you got your top layer of your esophagus, you got your the beginning of your intestinal gut lining. You got all that stuff going on in your midsection, right? And your midsection controls your food cravings, which means it controls your emotions. Which means I believe that it's your first brain. Not the one up here. Because if you think about it, y'all ever seen somebody get hangry? Y'all ever think about where that comes from? Somebody that doesn't have any food in their system, they get cranky. If the brain was the most important brain up here, wouldn't that be able to control that down there? Or when the stomach wants to eat, the stomach eats. Yeah. I believe that the brain in the middle is actually your most powerful brain. And because of that, we have to tame that beast. Because that beast in the middle is the most powerful one. But we live up here though. Right? But the beasts live in your midsection. So taking control over your mind, your thoughts, your spirituality, your physical being is really going to align your whole physiology of your anatomy. It's going to complete everything. So when you have a physical symptom, right, I'm going to tell you what to physically do, right? But just know also too, when we really want to get to the deepest things, we can find there are development weaknesses in the brain, which is an organ too. The physical brain in your head is not your mind. The brain is your organ, and the mind is an invisible thought realm in the darkness where you get to create, essentially. You know, you just get to create, and that's where you are the author of your own book, and you get to write your own story. That all happens in your mind. And because of that, the mind will also become negative too. The mind will also tell you when you're stressed, when you're sick, when you want to have a bad time, when you want to hang out with bad people. Because you're the creator to your own story. Right? And so that's what law of attraction is. You're attracting your mind thoughts. So that's why it's very important to always clean your mind and have good thoughts. And that's the other thing that leads me into why I believe fruits is the real healing modality of the world. It's not just about a physical thing, believe it or not. Even though it is. Even though it actually is. Because I'm telling you, watch. Y'all follow me for the next 5 years. I promise you I'm going to be one of the buffest 35-year-olds you know, and I eat nothing but fruit. Watch. Guarantee it. It's just facts. I've detoxed for 10 years, and in the next 5 years I'm just going to be on straight fruits. Y'all are crazy. I'm going to be huge. Yeah, I have no more detoxing left. I've cleaned me out. I have nothing but just nutrients in me ready to just stack on top of each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be amazing, right? But when you go into man, I done lost my thought. Damn it. my bad. Let's see, what was I saying? Somebody in the comment remind me what I was saying. Sometimes this happens every now and then. Let's see, what did I have going here? Talking about you know, when you're I believe we're talking about healing the mind. And when you are clogged up and you have these bad thoughts, I don't even know if that's where I was at, all right? Like I said, y'all, I'm not perfect, so work with me here. I'm trying my best, but the knowledge is still true, all right? It's always going to be true. I just bounce around from time to time, which is actually, to believe it or not, that is actually a symptom too for myself. That is showing brain memory cloggedness, right? The reason why I have brain farts, right? So there's something going on upstairs that is allowing me to forget stuff from time to time. See, I'm real with y'all. I'll tell y'all things that I'm going through too. So I know that I need to do, you know what I'm saying, some mucus pulling from my brain to help with that too, right? So like I said, look how much knowledge I have and look how good I'm going, but I'm still in my healing process too. Healing is a lifelong journey, guys. It never stops. You gotta always focus on your healing because there's never a peak level. It's just a matter of how much love and how much respect you want to give yourself and how far you want to take it, you know? But one thing I do know is that when you do go through it, though, you really do heal yourself, though, and you really do feel great. And so going back to when you're just going into the physical body, right, you can go in and heal the physical symptoms, okay, which is what I'm pretty sure most of you guys are attracted of the knowledge for, right? Because it's like if you have what they're calling diseases, right? Now, and I'm gonna make a little disclaimer too real quick. I do not cure diseases, okay? However, what I do have the ability to do is I can cure any organ that is associated with causing the symptoms that are associated with that disease. What's essentially, to sum all that BS up, is the root cause of the disease. If you have, like for example, I made a YouTube video about it. If you have diabetes, you heal your pancreas. If you have a strong pancreas, I've never heard somebody have a strong pancreas and have diabetes. I've just never heard it. Somebody put it in the comments if you have. I've just never heard it. Right? Because that is a direct correlation of the problems that it's associated with. So that's the example I'm gonna give you. You guys can come at me and tell me you guys have an issue, a symptom, or something like that, and I'm gonna tell you what organ it's associated with, and I'm not gonna heal your disease. I'm gonna heal that organ. And when that organ is healed, watch that so-called disease not be there either. But legally, I'm not allowed to make that a full-on disclaimer. There's FDA rulings and clarifications that have to go through before you can, have those type of disclaimers out there. So I just want you guys to know the difference, though, okay? Right? Because I will never be able, I know what I can do, but y'all just got to understand, like, we're talking about something that's so unique in the world right now, so rare. Hold on, my thing is about to die. Hold on real quick. Let me grab hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm right back. I'm almost there. Hold on. Don't want to die and lose y'all. Alright. Alright, we good? Y'all still there? Alright. I gotta change that. I'm gonna lose my balance. Damn it. Alright, I'm gonna be a little bit higher up now. Screw it. It works, whatever. Any form of holistic healing is always going to be associated on the deeper levels. Well, at least when you're a really good healer and you're actually really trying to give somebody hope again, when they've lost all hope and stuff that everyone else has told them they have no chance in doing shit with. I have to tell you guys that I will never try to focus on that disease. I will always focus on whatever it's associated with, and that's you should too. You should too. It's just very easy, guys. Like for example, let's break it down, right? Let's go through some of these. Diabetes, pancreas. I'm not saying that's the only organ that everything is associated with, but I can tell you all these diseases that we have, they're associated with organs. They're associated with parts of the body, right? And they tell us that. They'll tell you when you go in and they tell you have something. They'll tell you the part of the body that it's messed up or whatever. But the only difference is, though, is they're telling you that there's nothing you can do about it. And that's ridiculous to me. To me, that is ridiculous because I'm doing something that none of you guys are willing to try, unfortunately. And that's to get rid of your diets. You guys just won't do it. You guys will never drop down these very acidic foods that are just haunting your soul, haunting your spirit, haunting your mind. Y'all got little demons inside of you guys, man. Little parasites, man. These are little living organisms that host your cells, that can take over your thoughts, that can take over your consciousness, that can take over your physical body. That's why we feel weak, guys. We have things that are draining our energy from us, and we're feeding them through our diets. And this is the cause of everything. Like I said, I have never once seen a person that is on a all-natural, organic, raw diet, mainly fruits, and going through the proper detox phases and let their lymphatic system clean, okay? Because the lymphatic system is a big is a big, big game. Oh man, y'all don't even know about the lymphatic system. That's the whole magic. That's the whole magic. To clean any disease is to clean the lymphatic system, because that is the waste system in your body. Y'all better go look this stuff up. Look, it's very simple. When you go in, you see somebody who has an illness, everyone will look at all the problems that people are having. You know where I'm going to look at? Let me check their stomach. Oh, yep. They have colon residue in there. They have large amounts of feces in there. If we were to take their stuff under a microscope, we'll probably see living organisms in there. Large amounts of acids, large amounts of fats. I'll see everything telling me and signifying that this person did not feed his cells or her cells. But we'll call it everything else though. This person was born into this way. This person had this thing going on. This person, I don't know. We come up with every other thing, right? But we'll look at, like I would go and look at the stomach, immediately tell you, I could tell you if you're healthy or not just off your stomach. I don't even need to look at the rest of your body. Let's check your stomach out. If you are healthy, for anyone who is claiming that they are healthy, go to the doctors and have them do some colonoscopies. You know what I'm saying? And let's go see what you look like on the inside. Because that's my version of clean. Let me see what you talking about. Let's see. Let's see what y'all talking about, right? If y'all are clean, y'all are healthy, y'all know what health is about, go prove it. Go to y'all doctors. Go get the test samples, right? Go show me that you guys are healthy. Okay? And then when you do, right? Let's make sure you even take the proper tests. Like, y'all don't even understand that the lymphatic system is 70% of your body, and y'all go into doctors, y'all don't even get the lymphatic tests. Y'all don't even test y'all lymph nodes. That's where all your bacteria is that cleans your waste system out. How many people get rid of their tonsils? Yo, your tonsils is lymph nodes. How many people get rid of their appendix? Yo, appendix is a lymph node. You know your blood? You think that the fluid in your body is just all blood. It's not. It's not. And anyone in the healthcare industry can back me up on this. Your body is actually made up of only 25% blood, yo. It's facts. You are 25% blood, 70% lymph, or cholesterol, or mucus, as y'all call it, and 5% minerals. Challenge y'all to challenge me on that. Go ahead. Any one of y'all. But when y'all go to the doctors, though, you guys are only testing your blood. When you guys are detoxing, you're only detoxing your blood. When did y'all ever do a lymph detox, though? Uh-oh. We get into the root of things now. I guarantee you, a part of the problem that I have with testing that some of these people are doing is they'll test your heart, they'll test your blood, but nobody's doing no lymph testing. When all the problems is in the lymph. Because in the lymph, that is where your waste is supposed to go. Do y'all understand that you have a cardiac system which is your bloodstream? Right next to it is your lymph stream. Why is that? Because the lymph is in charge of pulling out the toxins from your blood to keep your blood at a proper pH level. Because if your blood goes off even 1 decimal of pH, that means blood toxicity, and that means you dead. That means bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? So, uh-oh. That was bad. Drop the phone. Oh, we good. It survived, bro. It survived. So y'all gotta know that, like, when you going in a test, okay, y'all aren't even getting full testing, okay? I refuse to believe that it's impossible that you can diagnose somebody and you're not even testing their lymphatic system. It's incredible. It's crazy. It's almost disturbing, actually. It's almost disturbing because you will actually see that most of the people where they are being told they need pharmaceuticals or where they need told they need a surgery, if you were to just do a lymphatic checkup, you would actually find the pockets where these bacteria are blocked at. Yep. You will see where the toxicities are at. You'll see if you're, y'all should go do some kidney tests. You know what I'm saying? Go test your kidneys. Go get these checkups. Go see. Because I guarantee you, that's why you're sick. I guarantee it. Like, just think about it, y'all. In order to pee, it flows through your kidneys. And your kidneys are releasing uric acid. So if your kidneys are connected to what? You think they're connected to your blood? No. No. They're connected to your lymphatic system. So when you guys are paying attention to stuff, right? Y'all gotta know what your filtration system is. Your endocrine system and your lymphatic system. Your endocrine is gonna be the chakra points, so to speak, and your glands, and then your lymphatic system is the waist tunnel. I promise you. Don't do it. All right. I'm almost done. I promise you that if you guys go check those out and clean that stuff up, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised what's on the other side of health, man. Y'all gotta go after your kidneys. Y'all gotta go after your adrenal glands. You gotta go after your lymphatic system. You gotta go after your mental, your mind, and you gotta go after your spirit. This is spiritual warfare, y'all. Y'all gotta stay strong, right? But y'all need a strong body to do that. So y'all gotta nourish it properly. Body, mind, spirit. Remember that y'all are feeding all three of those things at all times. Don't just feed your body when you're eating. Don't just feed your mind when you're eating. Don't just feed your spirit when you're doing things. If they're not doing all three of those things at the same time, it's really not worth your time if you really think about it. Because when you celebrate when you're eating, aren't you like technically praying with your family? Or you're kind of worshiping the food and you're praising it and you're saying thanks to it? Well, what are you doing? You're thanking your mind. You're thanking your spirituality. So all those are unisson. See that? But when you just focus on, I need protein for my body, is killing meat, is killing an animal, is killing itself. Fuck the animal, fuck your diet. Is killing itself good for your spirit? Y'all ask me that. Just, y'all tell me that. Is killing good for your spirit? So that's part of the belief system of why I believe in the fruits. Because fruits remove yourself from all forms of killing. no animals, no life, no nothing. I'm not hurting nobody eating the way I eat. And I damn sure not hurting myself. Right? So I'm nourishing my spirit. Right? I'm nourishing my physical body and I'm nourishing my mind. Cause now that I'm healthy and I'm good, y'all should. I'm connected to some crazy cool people, and I find some really good resources. And I think a lot. I think really fast. I'm able to find some cool stuff sometimes. So I promise you guys, man, y'all do a detox, man, but not just a macro detox, a micro detox. You know, y'all got to go on a cellular level. And y'all got to focus on the right things. Focus on the kidneys. Focus on the lymphatic system. You know what I'm saying? And then these help link the brain diseases and stuff too. I have so much knowledge, guys, that I'm just trying to piece in on like little bits, you know? We only been on here for less than an hour, but it's been good, you know? I'm not going to keep y'all, though. Y'all got to get some rest too. But if y'all have some questions, man, y'all just let me know. But remember, healing is body, mind, spirit. That's why my belief system and healing is so easy for me, because the Anapavlik community focuses on physical. The regular healers, they just want to focus on the one component, like spirituality or maybe mental. But nobody focuses on the food. Nobody. That's where your boy comes in, everyone. That's where I come in. That's where I'm different. And that's why I got the edge on everything and the people that are doing this too. Because I'm not saying all this knowledge is mine. And I've claimed that in all my videos and everything. I've met some amazing people who I've learned all this stuff from. But I'm going to tell y'all, man. Y'all got to tap in, man. Body, mind, spirit. Welcome to Frequency Healing, y'all. I love you guys. Hope you guys have a great night. Had a great weekend. I'm going to log off. All right, y'all got any questions? Let me know. Positive thinking, guys. Positive energy. Get up on your fruits, man. Get on this detox. Let's do it. Peace. Love y'all.